I think I'll just jump right into the beginning. Back in high school, I used to be a total stoner. Every day after school, I'd walk home or get a ride from my friend, whom I'll call Tom. One Friday, he picked me up to cruise around our small town and smoke. As we are nearing the end of the day, we empty our silicone skull-printed bong, throw it in his backpack, and he takes me home. The next morning, he picks me up, and as I grab the same bong from the same bag, I notice that the down stem is missing. Very odd. We don't even take it out when we empty the bong, but whatever, we think to ourselves, then check every place it could be. We pillage the entire car like police pulling over Cheech and Chong, scavenge every trash can we stopped at that night, and rake through half the parking lot we smoke at. Absolutely nowhere in sight. Blue and defeated, we made up a story that our future selves pulled a prank on us and went back in time just to steal something so minuscule, but so crucial in our daily routine, that we would without fail notice. So we got a new bong and continued on as normal. We just needed a story to feel better about ourselves and to laugh it off easier. As time went on, more unusual things started to happen. Occasionally I would drink. Nothing too serious, only getting drunk a small handful of times. But one time I was lying in bed, a few shots deep, about to go to bed. I placed my Xbox controller on the side of my bed, turned on YouTube and drifted off to sleep. I wake up to find my controller misplaced next to the TV, as if someone else haphazardly put it back in the wrong place after they had taken a few minutes to recollect on a game from their past. But that's not enough evidence to sway anyone's opinion. Things like this only seemed to happen while I was intoxicated in one way or another. Like when I got surgery, I'll spare you the details. All you need to know is that the doctors had me loopy. I got a ride home from my partner and they laid me in our bed. The last thing I see is them closing the door to go to work as my eyelids begin to fall. Suddenly, I heard the slam of a door as I was shot awake. I scanned my surroundings and nothing was out of the ordinary until I noticed that my tapestry was sprawled upside down on the south wall of my room. Still in a daze, I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was my partner, but they were still going to be at work for another 2 hours. The meds led me back to sleep, and when I woke up, of course, the tapestry was corrected in its place as my partner opened the door. Everything so far could be dismissed with the simple explanation that I was drunk, high, or made a fool by the people close to me. But yesterday, nobody can convince me it wasn't something extraordinary. Recently, I began going on runs on my days off. Nothing crazy, just a short jog around my small town while my partner was at work. Yesterday, I decided to leave my phone at home, get away from technology, and enjoy nature. I grabbed my keys, locked the front door, and started jogging. It couldn't have been more than 25 minutes until I returned home. I put the key into the doorknob and my heart drops as I feel no resistance when I turn. It was already unlocked. I swung the door open to check for intruders or missing furniture, but nothing seemed to be touched. I was at war with the idea that I left the door unlocked. I never leave the door unlocked. Thanking God that I was the first to realize the only thing between an intruder and all of my possessions and life savings was an unlocked door. I threw together a fruit salad to further my healthy life changes. After taking a few small bites, I sit down on the couch and turn on my Xbox. As the loading screen plays its animation, I take another look around the room. I relished in the luck I possessed to have done something so hazardous with no repercussions. The animation finishes, and a screen I haven't seen in a very long time takes its place. Preparing console haunts my vision. My Xbox has been factory reset. Everything on it is gone. How could this happen? I quickly sped through the first few screens that a new Xbox requires a new user to go through. Then I attempt to sign into my account to recover my data, and a prompt is shown. No email found. I didn't understand. I thought I entered the email correctly. I reached out for my phone on the coffee table, and as I lifted it up, I was shown a similar screen. On my iPhone, which I have had for years now, a white screen with black text greets me, "Hello." How have my Xbox and phone reset themselves? Nobody knows the passwords that are required to do such a thing. I ran to my laptop, same story. I checked my Switch, same story. Even my Kindle Fire, same outrageous story. Then I noticed the time on my oven was off, as was the time on the microwave. I didn't understand how any of this was possible, but just as I was thinking of any possible explanation, the front door opened again, this time with a lot more force than a, "Why is my door unlocked?" but more of an outraged, "Where the fuck is my boyfriend?" My partner turns to look at me, tears running down their face, eyebrows furrowed, mouth being pulled to the earth by each end, with the largest frown I had ever seen on their face. I walked towards them, trying to understand what was going on, but before I got a word out, I felt a rough greeting from a hand spread across my cheek. They began to yell about the nasty things I said to them, the names I called them, and how I described them. Nothing made sense. They showed me their phone with our texts, miles long of harsh words, unlike either of us to be sharing, but oddly written out exactly how I type. Not a single detail is missing. I tried to explain myself, but nothing was working. I don't blame them for not believing me, though I was jogging was not the answer they were looking for. For my own sake, I'm going to leave out the rest of the details of my 3-year relationship being pulled from under me. I'm now at a hotel, with most of my belongings in boxes filling each seat of my car. I don't know what to do. Nobody could have possibly done what happened yesterday. Nobody knows where I keep my spare key or the passwords to my phone or accounts. I don't even have enough friends to suspect anyone of being able to replicate the way I text, nobody but me. If anybody has any questions or suggestions as to what I should do, I would greatly appreciate the conversation. I have never felt so alone. I'm scared of what I might do next.